Welcome to Run for the Wall 33. My name's Paul Marshall. On the road, some people call me Brush. And I've been honored this year by the board of directors by being appointed the Central Route Coordinator for Run for the Wall 33. I'm a Vietnam veteran, 1971 to 72, where I served as an MP. I also served a year in the Korean DMZ between 1970 and 71. Following my service in the Army, I completed a 30-year career as a police officer in 2004. My first year on the Run for the Wall was in 2002, where, like many of you will be doing this year, I rode all the way to DC in the pack. Since then, I've worked on the fuel team. I was the platoon leader for Platoon 7 for the past several years. And for the past 2 years, I was the assistant route coordinator, working with Tom Boomps Miller, the 2022 route coordinator. The Run for the Wall was established more than 30 years ago by a couple of Vietnam veterans, James Gregory and Bill Evans. These veterans traveled across the United States, spreading the word about thousands of men and women still not accounted for in all of our wars. And from the beginning, the Run for the Wall mission has been to promote the healing of veterans, their families, and their friends, to call for an accounting of missing in action and prisoners of war, to honor the memory of those killed in action in all of our wars, and to support our military personnel around the world. It is through this, the Run for the Wall mission, that we seek to educate future generations on the importance of accountability in wartime actions, emphasizing that no one should be left behind. But more than the issue of public awareness, Run for the Wall gives Vietnam veterans and all veterans the opportunity to get their own welcome home and to start their healing process. Run for the Wall has become, and you are about to join, the oldest and largest organized cross-country motorcycle ride in the world. Run for the Wall is not a club ride, it's not a hog ride, and it's not a sightseeing ride. Regardless of your skill level, you will find it to be a unique and challenging ride. It is a motorcycle ride with a very important mission because we ride for those who can't. Over the years, Run for the Wall has seen veteran riders from many wars, including Vietnam, World War II, and Korea. More recently, Run for the Wall has seen significant increase in participation and leadership by veterans of Middle East conflicts. Run for the Wall has also seen countless non-veterans, veteran supporters, participate in the run. Many of the veteran supporters have gone on to become members of Run for the Wall leadership. To be sure, Run for the Wall welcomes all veterans and non-veterans alike who support the Run for the Wall mission. As we ride across this country, we will ride through communities who offer Run for the Wall riders a hearty welcome and place their patriotism on full display. These communities work all year long to show their respect for veterans. I can guarantee all riders that you will feel the gratitude of these communities well up inside you. All that said, it is important for all of us to remember that we are representatives of Run for the Wall and what it stands for, and we are expected to act accordingly. Be sure to thank community members you meet for their kindness and hospitality, and be respectful and pay attention, especially at community presentations, during meals, and at other community ceremonies. After more than 30 years experience, Run for the Wall has become a well-oiled, highly organized event. On this ride, we strive to maintain a safe, supportive, and private atmosphere in which all participants can reflect and heal on their journey to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., in the hope they can return home to a new beginning. The Run for the Wall mission could not be possible without the many volunteers who make up the teams that support all riders. You will learn more about these teams of volunteers in the months leading up to Run for the Wall 33, including the vital role played by our state coordinators who work with communities across 11 states to plan fuel stops, meals, and other community events. In the meantime, let me touch on some of the teams with which you will become intimately familiar during the run. Riders new to Run for the Wall are placed in formations we call platoons. All platoons are led by very experienced riders who themselves started off as new Run for the Wall riders. Some platoon leaders and their teams have been riding with the Run for the Wall for 10 years or more. Platoon leadership consists of the platoon leader and assistant platoon leader and 2 tail gunners. Platoon leadership is responsible for providing new riders with guidance and coaching. As a new Run for the Wall rider, you will find the platoon leadership to be extremely helpful. They will be your source of daily information and direction. You will be impressed by the fuel team and the speed with which they can fuel 300 to 400 bikes in about 20 minutes. And they make it look so easy. You will be amazed with the staging crew, who after fueling and every morning before we start the day's ride, place all the bikes in their appropriate platoons in a specific order so that all platoons can leave in a predetermined sequence. The whole process resembles a giant Tetris game. While on the road, we will be guided by an expert team of road guards, whose responsibility it is to ensure that all riders complete Run for the Wall mission safely. You will quickly notice that these road guards are some of the best motorcycle riders in the world. And it is critically important that all riders follow the direction of road guards at all times. In addition, you'll be supported on your ride across country by many specialty teams, which include chase vehicles, who pick up disabled or damaged motorcycles, a medical team to tend to illnesses or injuries, and chaplains to tend to spiritual needs. Riding across this country, we will stop at VA hospitals, memorials, schools, and community centers, often parading into a town with colors flying proudly down their main street. After a day or two, you will realize that this Run for the Wall is truly something special and unlike anything you've ever experienced. You will find that you have become part of the Run for the Wall family, whose members come from all over the United States, Australia, Canada, Netherlands, and other countries. This ride cannot help but to change you forever. Recognize that many new Run for the Wall riders will experience some apprehension about riding nearly 3,000 miles across the United States in formation. I encourage you to go to the Run for the Wall website at rftw.org and read more about the mission before you arrive in Ontario, California, our starting point. The more you read about Run for the Wall and your participation in it, the more you will understand the mission and enjoy the experience. And remember, you will be supported by a very large and a very experienced leadership team whose goal it is to get you to Washington, D.C. safely. Finally, remember to register early for Run for the Wall. Knowing the number of riders participating in the run will help us tremendously with the planning necessary to make Run for the Wall 33 a success. Its kickstands up on Wednesday, 17 May 2023. I look forward to seeing you all in Ontario, California.